Hello everyone, welcome to SS Multimedia. This is Harshita Sheshala, and in this lesson we'll be learning to find number patterns using graphs. So let's get started. Our objective for today's lesson is learning to find number patterns using a graph. Okay, so we will have a table and we have to graph the numbers. Then we use the graph to find a pattern, okay, or a relationship between x and y values. So we're going to do some examples. Our first example is a word problem, and it says, Mary and Zach work at an ice cream shop, and they get different amount of salary. They keep track of how much they get, and it's shown in the table. Graph the weekly salary on the graph provided and tell the relationship between Mary's and Zach's salary. Okay, so here I have Mary's salary and then Zach's salary. Okay, so before we can graph it, we have to turn these into ordered pairs. And without turning the numbers into ordered pairs, we can't find the answer or we can't graph it. So, sorry about that. So, we don't know what the x and y values are when you look at the table. But when I look at the graph, I see that Mary's earnings are in the x coordinates and then Zach's are in the y coordinates. So, that means that Mary's is x and then Zach's is y. So, our ordered pairs will be Mary comma Zach. So how much our Mary earns and then how much our Zach earns. So let's write that down. So the first one would be 15 comma 30, then 20 comma 40, and then 25 comma 50, 30 comma 60. So those are our ordered pairs. And now all we have to do is graph it. Okay? So we know that they start off with 0 0 because you can't just start off with 15, and then they have 15, so they earn 50. Mary earns 15 and Zach earns 30, and it's right here, 20 comma 40. Okay, 20 comma 40, 25 comma 50, 30 comma 60. Okay, now all we have to do is simply draw a line. So let's draw it. Oops, I'm gonna try to make it as straight as possible. Okay. Alright, it goes somewhere along those lines. Okay, so it's not straight enough, or it's not straight, but I tried my best. Anyway, so we graphed it. Alright, so we graphed it. Now the next part of the question is finding the relationship between Mary's and Zach's salary. Okay, so all we have to do is find the coordinates, or the ordered pairs. So I see that there's 5 comma 10. We can just write 5 and 10, and there's 10 comma 20. Okay, we can use these ones too, or we can use other numbers on the graph that is on the line. Okay, so we have 5 comma 10, 10 comma 20, and now let's find a relationship between these x and y values. So I see that 5 times 2 is 10 and 10 times 2 is 20, and maybe that is our pattern. Okay, maybe that's our rule. Mary times 2 will equal to Zach. So let's check. Okay, 15 times 2 is that 30? Yes, it is. 20 times 2 is 40. 25 times 2 is 50. 30 times 2 is indeed 60. So that means our rule, or our relationship between Mary's and Zach's salary is Zach earns twice the amount Mary earns. So we can write that down. So Zach earns twice the amount Mary earns. Alright, so twice the amount Mary earns. Okay, if you guys have noticed, this is in a sentence and we want our rule or our pattern to be in like an equation or an expression form. So we're gonna write an equation, okay? So we know that, so we can just take Mary as M and then Z as Zach, or Z for Zach. And we can say that Z or Zach equals Mary times 2. So when you multiply Mary by how much Mary earns by 2, you're going to get Zach's salary. Okay, that's how you find it. All right, let's move on to the next one. So the next one, they basically gave us a table and we have to find, so they gave us 5 questions and we have to find the answers for it. Okay, so number 2A, or question 2A says, what is the missing x value? Well, I see that there's a missing x value here and we have to find it. But before we find it, we have to find the rule for these numbers or else we won't be able to find it, okay? So I see that 3 plus 3 is 6. So I've just noticed that. And 6 plus 3 is 9. Oops, not 6 times 3, but plus 3. So the rule is adding 3. So I'm just going to write add 3. Now let's add 9 with 3. 9 plus 3 is 12 and that's our missing x value, 12. Now let's find the missing y value or 2b. Okay, so I see that we have the numbers 1, 2, 3. So that those are our y values. And when you just look at it, you can see that they're adding by 1. So the rule is add 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. So we have to do 3 plus 1, which is 4. So that's our missing y value. Okay, now we have to list all the numbers in the table as ordered pairs. So the same thing we did in the previous question over here. Okay, so let's do it. So we don't have to figure out which is x values and which are y values. So all we have to do is just do this. So we just have to substitute the numbers. So x equals 3 and then y would equal to 1. And we just keep writing ordered pairs like that. Okay, so then we'll have 6 comma 2, 9 comma 3, and then 12 comma 4. So those are our ordered pairs. Okay, now let's do 2D. And it says graph the numbers. So we found the ordered pairs. All we have to do is graph them. So our first pair is 3 comma 1. So this is why I'm just gonna write it. Oops. So our first one is 3 comma 1. I see that 2 is right here and 1 is right here. So okay, so it will go here. The next one is 6 comma 2, which is oops, not right there, but a line above it. So that's right here. And then 9 comma 3, 12 comma 4 goes right there. So that's how our line's gonna be. So it's gonna go like that. And then it will just go there. I'm just gonna try to draw a straighter line. I'll use this. Alright, so it's not gonna be accurate either, but it's close. Okay? So now we have to find the pattern for x and y. So our x, we can just write this down. So it's 3 and then comma 1. And then I see that there's 6 and then 2. So we have to find a pattern, a rule. Okay? I see that 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Maybe the rule is divide by 3. Okay? So x divided by 3 might be our rule. Is that true? 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And 12 divided by 4 is 3. So that's our pattern or rule. So x equals, or actually x divided by 3 equals y. Another way to write it is 3 times y equals x. Okay, not 3. Now it's problem time. So pause the video and try this question on your own and unpause and see if you got it right. I'll assume that you paused the video and tried this question. So now let's do it. So a toy store sells Toys. Every week they increase the price of the toys and it follows pattern. Graph the situation using the table and tell if you notice any patterns with the week and the price. Okay, so we have the week and we have the cost. And I see that they gave week in the x coordinates and the cost in the y coordinates. Okay, so we can just turn these into ordered pairs and simply pair them. Okay, and then graph them, not pair them. So this is x, oops. So this is x and this is y. So we can just write it as 1 comma 4, 2 comma 8, 3 comma 12, and then 4 comma 16. So those are our ordered pairs. Now let's graph them. So um, they all start off with 0 comma 0. I'm sorry about that. And then it is 1 comma 4, which is right here, 2 comma 8, 3 comma 12, and then 4 comma 16. Okay, now let's draw a line. I'm just gonna draw a line like this. Oops. Okay, I just tried that. Okay, the line has to go that way. But anyway, so now what we're gonna do is find the pattern. Okay, so we're gonna find the pattern. So we have 1 comma 4. I'm gonna write 1 and then 4. We don't need a comma. So 1 and then 4, 2 and then 8. Okay, so do you notice anything? I see that 1 plus 3 is 4, is 2 plus 3, 8. No, it's not, so that's not our pattern. Let's do some multiplication. So 1 times 4 is 4. Is 2 times 4 8? Yes, it is. So that might be our pattern. Let's see. Is 3 times 4 12? Yes, it is. 4 times 4 16. That means our pattern is multiplying by 4. Okay, so that's our pattern. So multiply week by 4 and you'll find the cost. So let's write that in equation form. So we can say that we can say week is W and then cost is C. So W times 4 equals cost. So when you multiply the week number by 4, it will give you the cost of the toy. Okay, so this is our rule and this is our answer to the first question and you should have graphed it. Okay, that was all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and also comment down below if you got the answer for the problem time right. If you didn't, it's okay. Keep trying and you'll get better at it. If you did, good job. Still keep practicing so you'll get better at it. Okay, and thanks for watching. Bye bye. Like and share this video and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to get notified on our new videos, make sure you tap the notifications bell.